Hello my dear students, welcome to my class once again. Today I am going to start a new chapter number 13. The name of the chapter is parallelograms. So you take out your book so that you can see page number 174. So let me discuss what is a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pair of opposite sides parallel. With both pair of opposite sides parallel. Let me name it A, B, C, D. So in case of parallel, you will find this side is parallel to this side. AB is parallel to DC, and this one DA for AD is parallel to BC. These two sides, opposite sides, are parallel to one another. These two opposite sides are parallel to one another. Then comes rectangle. So a rectangle is also a parallelogram in which all the four angles are right angle. In which all the four angles are right angle. It is a rectangle A, B, C, D. But in this case you will find all the angles are 90 degree. All the angles are right angle. Then comes rhombus. It is also a parallelogram whose all four sides are equal. Whose all four sides are equal, same like rhombus, but in case of parallelogram it's all the four sides are equal. You will find that the sides are equal. This is you take this one as parallelogram, you will find that this side is parallel to this one is parallel to that one, and all the four sides are equal. If this one is 5 cm, then you will find this one also 5, this one also 5. All the four sides are 5 cm each. That means all of them are equal. Then a square, a parallelogram in which all four sides are equal and all four angles are right angle. All the four sides are equal, same like rhombus. All the four sides are equal, but the only difference is that in case of square all the angles are 90 degree each. All the angles are 90 degree each. Then trapezium. So it is also a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. With exactly one pair of parallel sides. This is a trapezium. A, B, C, D. You see this side is parallel to this one, and these two sides are non-parallel side. If I just continue this side, this one also, if I continue at a point, they will meet. That means they are not parallel. They are not parallel. Only you will find one pair of parallel sides. So it is a trapezium. Then the next one is isosceles trapezium. So in case of isosceles trapezium, it is also same, but only the difference is that the non-parallel sides are equal length, are of equal length. If this one is 10 cm long, then you will find this side also 10 cm long. Only the non-parallel sides are equal. One pair of you will find one pair of parallel lines, and the two non-parallel line will be of equal length. A trapezium in which two non-parallel sides are equal. Each pair of base angles are equal, and since the two sides are equal, the base angle will also be equal. If this one is 50 degree, this one will also be 50 degree, like this. The base angle will be equal. The two sides will be of equal length and the base angle will be equal. It is a isosceles trapezium. Then a kite, a quadrilateral in which two pairs of adjacent sides are equal is a kite. A quadrilateral in which two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. You see this one, it is a kite. In a kite, this one, these two adjacent sides, it will be of equal length. If this one is 6 centimeter, this one will also be 6, and these two adjacent sides are of equal length. It may be 10 centimeter each, like this. These two adjacent side will be of equal length, and these two adjacent side will also be of equal length. Then comes an arrowhead. A kite with one reflex angle is called an arrowhead. A kite with one reflex angle is called an arrowhead. Same like this one, but only the difference is that you will get a reflex angle in this case. This is a reflex angle. Same, these two adjacent sides will be of equal length, and this two will be of equal length, and there is a reflex angle. There will be a reflex angle. It is a kite. This one is it is an arrowhead, and it is a kite. Okay, so now, and there are some properties of a parallelogram. In case of parallelogram, each diagonal divides it into two congruent triangles. Congruent means similar type of triangle. So okay, let me draw. This is a parallelogram. You take this one as parallelogram, A, B, C, D. So whenever I will draw a diagonal, for example, let me draw BD. It is a diagonal. You see, it is a triangle. It is also a triangle. We know these two lengths are equal. That means if this one is equal, this one also equal, this one is equal, this one. That means it is a congruent. It has also one side of this centimeter. If I take this one as 10 centimeter, this one will also be 10. This one 5 centimeter, this one will also be 5. You see one side with 10 centimeter, one side with 5 centimeter. There are also one side with 10 centimeter, one side with 5 centimeter, and there is a diagonal. It is also of same length for both of them. That means both the triangles are congruent, and with other properties also you can show that both of them are congruent. Okay. Then comes the opposite sides and angles of a parallelogram are equal. It is a very important point. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. If this one is 5 centimeter, this one will also be 5. If this is 10, then this one will also be 10. That means they will be of equal length, and opposite angle. If this angle and this angle will be of equal length, this one and this side, opposite angle will be of equal length, not the adjacent one, opposite one. This one and this one will be of equal length. This is 50 degree, this one will also be 50, like this. Both of them will be of equal length, and this one also opposite. Both of them will be of equal angle. And the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Bisect means it equally divides the line into two equal parts. So if I draw a diagonal, let me draw both the diagonals. Okay. If this diagonal, the measure of this diagonal is, you see, it is this one will be longer. You see the distance between them is more than that one. So if I take this one as you take this one as 10 centimeter, okay, and this one whole diagonal you take it as 6 centimeter. So bisect means it equally divides. So if the whole line of this BD is of length 6 centimeter, then each part, this part and this part will be of equal length. If it is bisected by this line AD, that means this side will be 3 centimeter and this one will also be 3 centimeter. And for this line AC I have given 10 centimeter. That means this diagonal will bisect it equally. That means this side will be 5 centimeter and this side will be 5 centimeter. Hope you understood this one. That the diagonal is bisected. One diagonal bisects the other diagonal into two equal parts. If the BD is BD, this one, the whole line is of 6 centimeter, then each part will be 3 centimeter like this. And if this one is of whole one AC is of 10 centimeter length, then this diagonal BD will bisect it into two equal parts. One will be 5 centimeter, another one will also be 5 centimeter. 5 plus 5, 10, and 3 plus 3, it is 6. Okay. So now let's begin our exercise, exercise 13A. Exercise 13A. Question number 1, you see, it is the measure of one angle of a parallelogram is 80 degree. What is the measure of the remaining angle? Only one angle is given, which is given as 80 degree. Question is to find the other angles. You see, there is a figure also given. You draw the figure. In each and every case, if figure is needed, you want to draw this one. A, B, C, D, and this angle is given as 80 degree. The question is to find all the four angles. This one, so easily I can find. If this is 80 degree, then angle C will also be 80 degree. But okay, let us leave this one. Let us find another angle from this side. Then only we can easily say all these angles are. So you follow this one. Given one angle of a parallelogram, it is given as 80 degree. Given one angle of a parallelogram is 80 degree. That is, angle A is given as 80 degree. Angle A equals to 80 degree. Angle A equals to 80 degree. Okay. Now you see one thing. Let us find this angle. Any one, A or D. So if I take, we know that all the opposite the sides are parallel to one another. That means AD is parallel to BC. This side is parallel to this side. So I can write since AD parallel BC, AD is parallel to BC, and this is the transversal, like this. These two lines are parallel, and this is the transversal. I am taking as A. AD BC, like this. These two lines are parallel to one another, and this is the transversal, and AB is the transversal. So we know that the co-interior angles of the co-interior angles in case of parallel lines, co-interior angles are supplementary. They are 180 degree. If I plus these two, it will be 180 degree. That means angle A plus angle B will be equals to 180 degree. Supplementary angles are, or another way you can do that, adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary, then angle A plus angle D equals to 80 degree by angle A plus angle B equals to 80 degree. Or you can use this one. Since AD parallel BC and AB is the transversal, so we can write therefore angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degree, and reason will be co-interior angles. Since co-interior angles. Since AD parallel BC and AB is the transversal, therefore angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degree. We know the value of angle A. It is given here 80 degree. So in place of angle A, I will write 80 degree plus angle B equals to 180 degree. Angle B equals to 180 degree. So now we will solve this one. Angle B will be implies angle B equals to 180 degree minus 80 degree, which is equals to 100 degree. Angle B equals to 100 degree. So this is the value of B. So now we can easily find, since angle B is 100 degree, this one opposite angle, it will also be 100 degree. So all the four angles we got. So now let us write. We know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Then angle A will be equals to angle C, which is equals to 80 degree. Angle B will be equals to angle D. B and D equal, both of them are opposite. Angle B equals to angle D, which is equals to 100 degree. So this is our answer. Angle A and C equals to 180 degree. Angle B and C equals to 100 degree. Now question number 2. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So what is the measure of each? So congruent we can say it as a similar, like this. So it is given here that the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are congruent. What is the measure of each angle? Parallelogram in a short form we can write it like this, double L and GM. Okay, in a short form parallelogram we can write double like this, to bar you give parallel lines, then comma GM, or you can write it in full parallelogram. Okay, you see adjacent angles, adjacent side or angle, two adjacent angles, not side. Two adjacent angles. Adjacent angle means if this is one angle just near, the angle which is just near to this one, that is the adjacent. And for this one will be adjacent. That means, and for this point, this one will be adjacent. Or we can take only given two adjacent angles are equal, then this one and this one are equal. That means we know the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. If this is x, then this one will also be x. If this is x, then this one will also be x. So you name the triangle, parallelogram ABCD. Hope you understood. Adjacent side means the side which is just near to this one. Or adjacent angles also same. The angle which is just near to this one angle, I am taking it as a x, and the angle which is near to this one also as x. It is given in the question that the adjacent angles are congruent, or we can say equal also. Adjacent angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So if this one equals to this one, and we know that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are also equal, that means angle A will be equals to angle C, which is x, and angle D will be equals to angle B, which is x again. So now let us write, let the adjacent angles of a parallelogram be x. Let the adjacent angles of a parallelogram be x. since opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, then angle A will be equals to angle C will be equals to x, angle B will be equals to angle D will be equals to also x. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, then angle A equals to angle C equals to x, and B and D which is also equals to x. So now the question is to find the value of x. You have to find all the four angles. So we know that the sum of the angles of a parallelogram is 360 degree. 360 degree. Sum of the parallelogram, sum of the angles, right? Sum of the angles of parallelogram is equals to 360 degree. Sum of the angles of a parallelogram is 360 degree. Sum of the angles of a parallelogram is 360 degree. So angles are given here, x like this, so I can write therefore angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equals to 360 degree, which is equals to both the angles are x. X plus x plus x plus x is 4x equals to 360 degree. X equals to 360 degree by 4. 4 9 jar, that means 90 degree. X equals to 90 degree. So the value of x is 90 degree. So the answer will be the measure of, therefore the measure of each angle is 90 degree. Measure of each angle is 90 degree. Measure of each angle is 90 degree. So first of all, I have taken the adjacent sides, as it is given in the question that the adjacent sides are equal. So I have taken one as x, the other will also be x. And if this side is x, this angle is x, then the angle opposite to this one will also be x. The angle opposite to this one will also be x. We know that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. If angle A equals to x, then angle C will be also equals to x. So now then I solved this one, and we know that the sum of the angles of a parallelogram is 360 degree. That means angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D will be equals to 360 degree. Then you put the value, all the angles are x, so I have written x plus x plus x plus x equals to 360 degree. Then by solving we got 90 degree. So the measure of each angles of parallelogram by each angle is 90 degree. Now question number 3. Two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are 5 cm and 6 cm respectively. Find its perimeter. You have to find the perimeter. It is very easy. How we used to find the perimeter of rectangle? We'll use the same formula. Perimeter. Yes, it is given like this. A parallelogram is given, and it is said that the adjacent sides are 5 cm and 6 cm. 5 cm and 6 cm. Adjacent sides are 5 cm and 6 cm. So we know that perimeter is nothing but the outer length of the outer boundary. That means if I start from here, I will go up to this much, then again I will go this one, this side and this side equal 5 cm, this one and this one equal. That means 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5, which I can write as 2 times of this one and 2 times of this. We used to write 2 into length plus breadth. Here will be 2 into the sum of the adjacent sides. 2 into sum of adjacent sides. So question number 3 given two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are 5 centimeter and given two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are 5 centimeter and 6 centimeter. So we know the formula of perimeter. Perimeter equals to 2 into sum of adjacent sides. Sum of adjacent side, one side is 6 centimeter, another side is 5 centimeter. There you have to give the unit. So 2 into 6 plus 5, it is 11 centimeter, which is equals to 22 centimeter. 2 into sum of the adjacent side. Sum of adjacent side, 6 plus 5, it is 6 plus 5, it is 11. 2 into 11, it is 22. Answer is 22 centimeter. The perimeter of the parallelogram with adjacent side 5 centimeter and 6 centimeter is 22 centimeter. So this is the answer. Now question number 4. Find each angle of parallelogram if two consecutive angles are in the ratio 1:3. If two consecutive angles, here it is given angles, that means we have to use the property of angle, some property of parallelogram. So given, you write first of all, then we'll, okay, you let us name the triangle A, B, C, D. If this is a parallelogram, okay. So first of all, it was given, what is given, you see, it is given that the two consecutive angles are in ratio 1:3. You write given the ratio of two consecutive angles is 1:3. Given the ratio of two consecutive angle is 1:3. So we can let the two consecutive angle as x and 3x. So let the two consecutive angles be x and 3x. X and 3x. 1 into x, that means x, and 3 into x, it is 3x. So we have let the two consecutive angles be x and 3x. X and 3x, that means consecutive. This is 3x, then this one will be x. And we know that if this angle is x, then this one will also be x, opposite angle. If this is 3x, then this one will also be 3x. So we got all the 4 angles. So simply if we get the value of x, we can find out all the 4 angles. So you write directly, we know sum of the angles of a parallelogram is equals to 360 degree. So I am writing directly sum of the angles, that means 3x, then next one it is x, then again 3x, then x, which is equals to 360 degree. Sum of the angles of a parallelogram is 360 degrees. So now you simply add this one, 3x plus x, 4x, 4 plus 3, 5, 6, 7 and 1, 8, 8x. 8x equals to 360 degree. 8x equals to 360 degree. Implies x will be equals to 360 by 8. 8 fours are 32. 32, then 4 left, 48, 5s are 40, 45 degree. The value of x is 45 degrees. So now the question is to find each angle of the parallelogram. The question is to find all the 4 angles. So we will find all the 4 angles. So you write, therefore the angles are. So first one is x, which is equals to 45 degree. Next one, it is 3x, which is equals to 3 into 45. 3 into 45. So 135 degree. The next one again, all the 4 angles, that means all the 4 we have to find. First of all, I find this one x, then 3x, then x, then 3x. Then again x equals to 45 degree. And the last one, 3x will be equals to, directly I am writing 135 degree. So first one is x equals to 45, then 135, then 45, then 135. So these are the 4 angles of the parallelogram. Now the question number 5, it is the perimeter of a parallelogram is 180 degree. One of its side is greater than the other by 30 centimeter. Find the length of the sides of the parallelogram. So it is given that one side is more than the other by 30 centimeter. If this ABCD, it is a parallelogram, so smaller side, the greater side is 30 centimeter more. So if I rate the smaller side as x, then this one will be x plus 30, x plus 30. If this side is x plus 30, then the opposite side will also be x plus 30. If this side is x, then this side will also be x. So these are the 4 sides of this parallelogram. It is given in the question that perimeter is equals to 180 centimeter. So simply if I add all the 4 angles, then it will be equals to 180. From this one we can get the value of x. Let one side of a, the greater or smaller side. Okay, take one side of a parallelogram is x centimeter, then other side is equals to 30 more, that means x plus 30 centimeter, x plus 30 centimeter. One side of a parallelogram, so I have let one side of a parallelogram as then there will be b. Let one side of a parallelogram be x centimeter, then other side will be equals to x plus 30 centimeter, and it is given perimeter equals to 180 centimeter. Perimeter equals to 180 centimeter. We know the formula. Simply perimeter is, okay, simply you add all the 4 sides, x plus 30, then again x plus 30, which is equals to 180. Simply I have added, perimeter means the sum of all the 4 sides. So if I start from here, this is x, then plus x plus 30, then again x, then plus x plus 30. So I have written all the 4 sides. So x plus x, 2x, 3x and 1, 4x. 30 plus 30, it is 60, and they are 180. Implies 4x equals to 180 minus 60. 180 minus 60. implies 4x equals to 120. X will be equals to 120 by 4. Four 3s are 12 and 0 30. So the value of x is 30. Value of x is 30. Therefore, the x we have got. Okay, simply you find the other side will be, which is equals to x plus. You write. Implies x equals to 30 degree. Therefore, the other side equals to x plus 30, which is equals to 30 plus 30 centimeter, which is equals to 60 centimeter. So the question is to find all the length of find the length of the sides of the parallelogram. That means all the sides. So we have to write, therefore the sides of the parallelogram are, we'll start from 1. We'll simply write 30 centimeter, comma 60 centimeter, comma 30 centimeter, comma 60 centimeter. Four sides, x 30, this one 60, this one 30, this one 60, 30, 60, 30, 60. So the sides of the parallelogram are 30 centimeter, 60 centimeter, 30 centimeter, and the last one 60 centimeter. Now question number 6. Find the size of the angles of a parallelogram if one angle is 20 degree less than twice the smallest angle. If one angle is 20 degree less than twice the smallest angle. Okay, if I let this one as x, then this one will be twice x minus 20. Twice the smallest angle, less than twice the 20 degree, less than twice the smallest angle. If I take this one x, then this one will be twice x minus 20. It is given in the question that if one angle is x, the other angle will be twice x, double of this one, minus 20 degree, less than 20 degree. So it is given one angle is 20 degree less than twice the smallest angle. So I will write, let the smallest angle be x. Question number 6. Let the smallest angle be x. Then the greater angle will be, greater angle is equals to twice x minus 20 degree. It is given that twice the smallest angle and less than 20 degree less than twice the smallest. Less means minus, 20 degree minus twice the smallest, twice x minus 20. So this is the greatest angle. So simply we know sum of the angles of a parallelogram equals to 360 degree. Sum of the angles of a parallelogram is equals to 360 degree. So sum of the angles, if this is x, then x plus next one is twice x minus 20. If this one is x, then this side will also be, this angle will also be x, then again plus x. Then last one, if this one is twice x minus 20, then this one will also be twice x minus 20. Twice x minus 20, which is equals to 360 degree. These are the opposite angles. If this one is twice x minus 20, then this angle will also be twice x minus 20. If this is x, then the opposite angle will also be x. So simply you see x plus twice x is 3x, 4x, 5, 6x, 6x, and you see here minus minus it is plus, minus minus it is plus, 20 plus 20 it is 40, but the sign will be minus because here both of them have minus sign. So 66x minus 40 equals to 360 degree. 6x minus 40 equals to 360 degree. Implies 6x equals to 360 plus 40. This is minus 40. If I transpose, it will be plus 40. 6x equals to 400. X equals to 400 by 6. 400 by 6. 2 3s are 200. That means 200 by 3. 200 by 3, and there will be degree. by 3. If I want to write it in mixed fraction, I can write as 3. Yes, 66 2 by 3 degree you keep, or else the answer will be wrong because you are measuring angles. So 66 2 by 3 degree. Okay, so now you will let us find the okay, you write therefore the smallest angle equals to 66 2 by 3 degree. Then the greatest angle will be the greater angle than the greater angle equals to, it was twice x minus 20. So rather than writing this one, I'll write this one because we cannot solve this one simply. Then after writing this one, we have to convert it again into improper fraction. Then you have to do so. Simply I am writing this one. So twice x into 2x, in place of x I am writing 200 by 3. Same thing. 66 2 by 3 and 200 by 3 same thing. One is in improper fraction, another is in mixed fraction. Minus 20 degree. Minus 20 degree. 2 into x minus 20 degree. Same. Just in place of x I wrote 200 by 3. 2 into x minus 20 degree. Okay. So if I solve this one, it will be 2 into 2, it is 400 by 3 minus 20. 400 LCM will be 3 minus 3 2s are 6, 60 degree. 3 2s are 6, 60 degree, which is equals to 340 degree by 3. 400 minus 60, it is 340. by 3, which I can write as 1 by 3 degree. 113 1 by 3 degree. So you write, the question is to find all the 4 angles. So write therefore the angles are, one was 66 2 by 3 degree, 66 2 by 3 degree, then 113 1 by 3 degree, then again 66 2 by 3 degree, then again comma 113 1 by 3 degree. 4 angles are there. That means I have to write 4 times. This one 2 times and this one 2 times. 66 2 by 3, 113 1 by 3, then again 66 2 by 3, then again 113 1 by 3. Now question number 7. ABCD is a parallelogram find angle XYZ. So this is an important question. Be attentive and little confusing also, you see carefully. Let me draw that diagram first. It is given like this. In the question you see A, B, C and D written like this, and this one and this one it is okay, it is given E. There it is written X, there Y, there 56 degree. This one is given as X and angle A is given as 125 degree. Sorry, this is Z, not X. So now you see in your book the question is given like this: A, B, C, D. It is a parallelogram. Angle A is given 125 degree. E is given as Z. D is given as X, and C is bisected. It is written Y and 56 degree. That means if I plus Y and 56, I will get this angle. If I plus Y and 56, Y plus 56, then I will get this angle, because this one is equal to this one. It is a parallelogram. In case of parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. So first of all, we will find angle Y. Question number 7 given ABCD is a parallelogram. Given ABCD is a parallelogram. So we know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. That means angle A equals to angle C. Angle A equals to angle C. And angle B equals to angle D. You see here B and D. D is given as X. That means angle B will also be X. X plus X. That means X. It is given in the question that angle B, angle D is equals to X. It is given in the question. You see angle D written as X. And we know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. If D is X, then B will also be X. So I can write B equals to D equals to X. It is given. Okay. Now you see this side. It is written that A and C we know opposite angle equal. A will be equals to C. A is written as 125 degree. A is written as 125 degree. And C, it is of two parts. One is angle Y, another one is angle 56. If I simply add these two parts, it will be one angle. Just if I remove this one, you see, it is one angle. So it is only divided by this line. That means this one plus this one will be equals to 125. So I can write it as Y plus 56 degree equals to 125. Angle A equals to angle C. Angle A equals to angle C. Implies, let me bring this one Y to this side. Y will be equals to 125 degree minus 56. 125 degree minus 56. It will be equals to 69 degree. It will be equals to 69 degree. Okay. That means therefore angle, so value of Y we got, Y is equals to 69 degree. That means I can write angle A equals to C, both of them are same. angle A equals to angle C equals to 125 degree. Both of them angle are equal. Simply remove these two, then it will be one angle, and this one and this one are equal. So ultimately I can write angle A equals to angle C, which is equals to 125 degree. Why I have written this one? Because if I remove this whole line, if I remove this one, it is a parallelogram. You see, if I remove this thing, it is a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram. If I write this one and this one equal, this one and this one will be also equals to 125 degree. These are the four angles of a parallelogram, and we know the sum of the four angle is equals to 360 degree. So I can write angle x plus angle 125 degree plus x plus 125 degree plus x will be equals to 360 degree. From that we can get the value of x. So now we'll find the value of x. So right, in parallelogram ABCD, angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D will be equals to 360 degree. These are the sum of the angles. We know it is equals to 360 degree. Angle A is given 125 degree plus x plus 125 degree plus x equals to 360 degree. 125 plus 125, which is equals to 250, and twice x plus 250 degree equals to 360 degree. Twice x equals to 360 degree minus 250 degree. 360 minus 250 degree. Twice x equals to 110. Twice x equals to 110. Then x will be equals to implies x equals to 110 by 2. 2 times 5 are 10, 55. That means the value of x is 55 degree. Value of x is 55 degree. So we got the value of x, we got the value of y also, only z left. So now let me draw the diagram once again. It was like this. This was angle y, this was 56 degree, there it was written z. Okay, so now again we have transformed. So from this we got the value of x as 55 degree. X as 55 degree. Value of x we got, which is equals to 55 degree. X we got, y also we got earlier, it was 69 degree. So this one angle, these two angle we got. Only question is to find z. So if I remove this side, if I simply remove this side, you see it is a trapezium. It is a trapezium, and the sum of the angle will be equals to 360 degree. Or you can take, sorry, you take it as quadrilateral. I simply removed that side. You have to know, you simply write, for understanding purpose only I removed. But while writing, you draw the diagram nicely and you simply write it. Okay. Now you see, okay, one thing left. You write angle D equals to x equals to 55 degree. Value of x is 55 degree. So we got the value of D, y we got earlier, and A it was given. So question is to find z. That means this one plus this 4 angle will be equals to 360 degrees. Since AECD is a quadrilateral. since AEDC is a quadrilateral, that means therefore angle A plus angle E plus angle C plus angle D will be equals to 360 degree. Angle A, it is given 125 degree, angle E it is given Z, angle C 69 degree, angle D it is 55 degree, which is equals to 360. Z plus 5, 10, 9, 249 degree, 125 plus 69 plus 55, it is 249 degree, 249 degree. That means Z is equals to 360 degree minus 249 degree. So if I simply subtract one from the other, it will be 111 degree. 10 minus 9 it is 1, 5 minus 4 it is 1, and 3 minus 2 it is 1. That means Z is equals to 111 degree. So we got all the value. The question is to find the value of X, Y and Z. We got X as 69 degree, Y equals to 55 degree, we got X as 55 degree, Y 69 degree and Z 111 degree. You can write up to this much also, you can keep, or you can write therefore the value of X equals to this one, Y equals to this one, and Z in one line, one more line you can write also. So now question number 8. In the figure find the four angles A, B, C and D of the parallelogram ABCD. In the figure find the four angles. Yes, question is to find all the four angles of the parallelogram ABCD. Question number 8. In each and every case you draw the diagram. It is given A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. There is a diagonal like this. Three angles are given. One is 2x, 5x and 3x. 2x, 5x and 3x. So the question is to find all the four angles. So you see, if I find the value of this one x, then I can find the value of this angle. This angle will be equals to this one, and from this one adjacent, sum of the adjacent angle will also be 80 degrees. So later on we can find. So first of all we will take this triangle BDC. If I take this triangle, we know the sum of the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. From this one we can get the value of x, and then we will find one by one angle. So question number 8. In triangle BDC, angle B plus angle D plus angle C equals to 180 degree. Sum of the angles of a triangle. Angle B is given as 3x plus 2x plus 5x equals to 180 degree. 3, 4, 5, 5 plus 5, 10x equals to 180 degree. X equals to 180 degree by 10. Simply 110 cancelled. The value of x is 18 degrees. So from this we can find the value of the other angles. So after writing this one, right, we know. Okay, let me wrap this one. So we know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. We know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. That means angle A and angle C equal, A and C equal, and which is given as 5x. Angle C is written as 5x. That means 5, we know the value of x, it is 18 degree. It is 18 degree. We know the value of x, it is 18 degree, and 5 into 18, it is 90 degree. So angle A and C, these are the opposite angles. So I can write angle A equals to angle C, and this one plus this one, which is equals to 90 degree. Now the question is to find the other angle. So, and another way you can write, and angle A plus angle D equals to 180 degree. 180 degree. How 180 degree? The opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, and the adjacent angles, if I simply add these two sides, it will be 180 degree. It will be 180 degree, because if these are the two parallel lines, these are, this one AB is a parallel, AB, it is parallel, DC is also parallel, and if I take this one as transversal, you see I have taken this one as transversal. That means if I angle A, it was like this one. So if I know this angle, that means this one plus this one, we know co-interior angles are supplementary. Co-interior angles are supplementary. So I can simply add this one, so we got 90 degree. That means 90 plus this one will be equals to 180. Co-interior angles are supplementary. So same we can write directly, angle A plus angle D equals to 180 degree. In bracket you write, since adjacent angles these are the adjacent angles. Or you can write, since AB parallel DC and BD is the transversal, so angle A plus angle D equals to 180 degree. In bracket you can write co-interior angles. So angle A plus angle D equals to 180 degree. Angle A, the value of angle A we got, it is 90 degree. Angle D we don't know, which is equals to 180 degree. Which I can write as angle D equals to 180 minus 90 degree. Simple answer, 90 degree. Therefore angle D equals to angle angle D equals to angle B equals to 90 degree. These two angles are 90 degree, and these two angles are also 90 degree. That means if anyone say you to what type of triangle is it, simply we can, if anyone say what type of parallelogram it is, you can simply say it is a rectangle, because all the angles are 90 degree. But the question is not like this. The question is simply to find all the four angles. Okay, so you write, therefore all the angles are 90 degree each. Therefore all the angles are 90 degree each. Now question number 9. ABCD is a parallelogram. CE bisects angle C and AF bisects angle A. In each of the following, if the statement is true, give a reason for the same. The question is to give, whether you want by seeing the diagram you have to see that the question is true or false. If it is true, then you have to give the valid reason. Question number 9. Okay, first of all, let me draw this one. A, B, C, D. It is given like this. Angle A, this is given as F, and this one E. Okay. These two, it is a bisector, that means these two angles are equal, and this is also bisected by AF, that means these two angles are equal. Bisect means it is equally divided. If a angle is 90 degree, and if I bisect the angle, that means this one will be 45 and this angle will be 45. If the angle is 60 degree and if I bisect it, then each angle will be equals to 30 degree. So here also same, it is bisected. So question number 9, Roman number 1, it is written angle A equals to angle C. Angle A equals to angle C. We know, is it true or false? First of all, we have to say yes, it is true. Then the reason, we know that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. If I draw a parallelogram like this, if I write it, this one 60 degree, then this one also same 60 degree. If I bisect this one, then each angle will be 30 degree. Here also same, if I bisect this one, each angle will be 30 degree. If I bisect this one, each angle will be 30 degree, they are also 30 degree. That means if I say you whether this angle is equal to that one, you can see yes, because these are the equal halves of a bisected angle, or directly you can say the opposite angles. The question is, this one to A equals to C. So directly you can say that these are the opposite angles of a parallelogram. So answer will be true. Reason will be opposite angles of a parallelogram. Opposite angles of a parallelogram. Then Roman number 2, it is given angle FAB. Angle FAB. FAB equals to half of angle A. Half of angle A. Angle FAB, this part, this angle is equals to half of angle A. Yes, it is correct, because in the question you see it is written that AF bisects angle A. AF bisect angle A. Bisect means it equally divides. If this one is 30, then this one will also be 30. So I can write answer is true. And reason will be yes, so the book one you write AF bisects angle A. AF bisects angle A. It is given, so you write given. It is given in the question that this line AF bisects this angle, that means equally divides angle A into two equal parts. So question is given like this, that FAB is equals to half of angle A or not. You have to write whether it is true or false. Yes, it is true, because it is a half of angle A, because this line AF bisects this one into two equal parts, that means this part and this part are equal. So answer will be true. AF bisects angle A. Reason will be AF bisects angle A. Now Roman number 3. Question is angle DCE. DCE equals to half of angle C. DEC equals to half of angle C. This one will also be true. You see, DCE, this angle is the half of angle C. Yes, this is correct, because in question it is given that CE bisected angle C. CE bisected angle C into two equal parts. This part and this part, both of them are same. So I can write answer as true. You write CE bisects angle C, and in bracket you write given because it is there in the question. CE bisects angle C. Now Roman number 4. Question is angle FAB parallel to angle DCE. Angle FAB parallel to angle DEC, I think. FAB parallel to DCE, sorry. FAB parallel, FAB equals to angle DCE. So you see which one? FAB, this angle, this one, and DCE. So earlier in first when I was discussing this one, at first I said that this one is bisected by this angle. This AF bisects angle A, and CE bisects this one. These are the two equal halves, and we know angle A and C are equal. These are the opposite angles of a parallelogram. Opposite angles of a parallelogram. If angle A is 60 degree, then angle C will also be 60 degree. If I bisect this one, if I simply bisect this one, then each angle will be equals to 30 degree. There also, if I bisect this one, each angle will be equals to 30 degree. That means this one, this angle and this angle same, this angle and this angle same. So I can write that it is true. Reason will be halves of opposite equal angle. Opposite equal angles. Half of opposite equal angles. Now Roman number 5. It is given DEC, DCE. DCE equals to angle CEB. DCE equals to angle CEB. DCE, this angle, this part is given equals to angle CEB. CEB equals to this part. So you see here, if I take these two lines as parallel, angle DC and angle AB. So these are two parallel lines, and it is a transversal like this given. Here E is written same, just I have drawn this one. So this one, this angle and this angle are alternate angles. That means of course these two angles will be equal. So the reason it is true, and the reason will be alternate angles. Alternate angles. Reason will be alternate angles. Same written, DC and AB written, and this is I have taken it as transversal. Question is to check whether DCE equals to CEB. Yes, these two are equal because these two are parallel lines. It is a transversal, and we know alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. That means it is true. Now Roman number 6. Roman number 6, it is given CEB and FAB. CEB equals to FAB. Whether these two angles equal, we have to check. This is very easy. It will be true because in Roman number 4 we have proved that angle FAB equals to angle DCE. In Roman number, this one question is to find angle CEB. You see where CEB, this angle, this one equals to angle FAB. Question is to check whether these two angles equal or not. So you see, in Roman number 4 we have proved that angle FAB equals to angle DCB, FAB equals to angle DCE. We have proved this one, that these two angles are equal. And on Roman number 5 we have proved that angle DCE equals to angle CEB. You see here, FAB equals to angle DCE and DCE equals to angle CE. If I simply, you see, this side is equal to DCE and again DCE is equals to CEB, that means I can write therefore angle FAB. If I simply compare these two, I can write this one is angle to this angle and this angle is again equal to this one. That means I can write these two angles are equal. Hope you understood this one. This one is equals to DCE. DCE is here also written and there also written. This one is equals to this one. That means if this one is equals to 50 degree and again this angle is also equals to 50 degree, that means directly we can say that these two angles are equal. So here also same, this angle is equals to DCE and DCE is again equals to CEB. So I can write FAB equals to CEB. These two angles are equal. So I can directly write these two angles also equal. Okay, now Roman number 7. CE parallel AF. CE parallel AF. CE, where is CE? This one, this line, it is parallel to this one. It is written like this. Question is to check whether it is true or false. Answer will be true. Reason will be, we have shown in question number, you see, CEB equals to FAB. Just now we have shown in question number 6 that angle CEB and angle FAB are equal. CEB and FAB, these two angles are equal, we have shown just now. And if these two angles are equal, if two lines are passing like this and these two angles are equal, that means these are the corresponding angles, and if corresponding angles are equal, then we say that the lines are parallel. So answer will be it is true, and the reason will be corresponding angles in angle, it is written there in Roman number 6, angle CEB and angle FAB. CEB and FAB are equal. True. Reason is corresponding angles, angle CEB and FAB are equal. Now last Roman number 8. Okay. Now you see Roman number 8, it is given AE parallel FC. AE parallel FC. AE parallel FC. So you have to say whether it is true or false. You can easily say that it is true, because just now we have proved that these two lines are parallel. If two lines are parallel, then distance between them will also be equal. left. Okay, sorry, not this one, you take this one. AB and CD, earlier we have shown that these two lines are parallel. It is a parallelogram, these two lines are parallel, and if these two lines are parallel, then this part, any part of this line will be parallel to the opposite one. This part also will be parallel to this part, this part also will be parallel to this part. Question is written AE parallels to FC. Yes, we can say that these two lines are parallel because AB is parallel to, this full line is parallel to this side. That means the small piece of small part of this line will also be parallel to the opposite one. So you write the reason, it will be true since AB parallel DC, therefore AE will also be parallel to FC. AE will also be parallel to FC. So this is the end of today's class. So if you have any doubt regarding any question in this exercise, you can contact me at night time from 8 PM to 10. Thank you.